filming like this because it's a lot easier than filming landscape. So welcome to Vlogmas day 6. I will put me in the corner while we're doing our Christmas spread. We are taking Boo to a sleepover today for her best friend's birthday. Then Hubs and I are going to do a spot of thrifting, hopefully to thrift some Christmas decorations. We love vintage thrifting and we've had some pretty good luck at this Savers that we're heading to, so we may find something, we may not. That is the thrill of the thrift, I guess, is to whatever's there is there. But we've had some wins in this Savers location over the years when it comes to Christmas decorations, so I'm excited about that. It is going to be 40 degrees today, so I don't know how we're going to cope with the heat, but we are going to do a lot of washing to get all of our bulky stuff done, adulting stuff that no one really loves doing, but we have to do it. And I want the house to look a little bit tidier since collage sheets, my house goes to rack and ruin because I'm the one that does most of it. So we're going to do some tidying up and spend a quiet day at home basically because it is so hot. The aircon will be on all day and we will just be doing pottering about for the day. So the weekend vlogs will probably be a little bit quieter because we're obviously at home not doing a whole lot. Tomorrow I think Hubs wants to get a haircut, so we will go to a shopping centre, but it's just going to be a really easy breezy weekend. So I am wearing some jewelry today as always, some pearls, a handmade necklace, a paperclip chain, and then my chunky star and a moon. I've got some chunky stars everywhere basically, and my usual stuff on my left hand. So I'll probably just put this on the side clip as I do some Christmas decorations because the landscape makes my head look like a big giant box. So we'll just do this, and welcome to Vlogmas day 6. Goodbye, baby. Have a good sleepover. Someone got rid of their birdhouses. Their whole collection of redone birdhouses. He would have been cute, but his ear's broken. What's on the other side though? Just present boxes? Star garlands, my favorite. I think these are coming home with us for sure. we don't need them, but they're cute. That one is more fancy. This one will be easier to clean. That is very cool. Your call though. We could make room if you really love it. If it sings to you.
Wait.
Because they remind me of the ones that I had on my childhood tree. I'm pretty sure my sister has them now, which is a whole nother kettle of fish. She's got all of the baubles and decorations from our childhood, and apparently it was meant to be split. I know, Ash, if you're watching this, I'm still coming for you. But these are a close second, and Hubs is currently untangling the garland. I grabbed these because the stars have clips so you can put it in place, and I'm considering, let me scroll out, decorating this tree. It used to have all of our nostalgia decorations that the kids had picked over the years, but because we switched our tree up to a more green, like a green one, not a white one, I could put all of our nostalgia ones back onto the tree because our other one used to be just an all pink and white tree. So now I think I might decorate this little baby. We have a dilemma. We think that these are for Christmas cards because the clip does not open that much and don't clip onto the tree. So I need to think of something else. I need to think of, I've got a, Hubs is saying clip it onto this, which is so not the vibe. Yeah, no, but I'll work it out. They're still too cool. I also got these little presents because I got stars and moons on them. Mochi is in the basket where the tree was. Hubs is getting new batteries for it because I forgot that it's pre-lit. I don't know if it's still going to work because this tree we've had for a long time and it's been outside. I'm really sad about these. I need to work out maybe green zip ties. I don't know. I got to work it out. I'll use them somehow because they're too cool not to. Or I love star garlands and I will always pick one up if I see them. So yeah. What do you think, Moch? What do you think? What do you think? Is this where I start singing You Light Up My Life?
Let's see if it works.
Moment of truth. Oh my god, I don't think it works. She's dead. All right, we need to get the vintage ones out. We'll light it up one way or another. I didn't think it was going to work. Like I said, it's been outside. It's been an outside tree. We've had it for about 10-ish years, I think. So it's okay. We've got a backup option, which will suit the vintage vibe. Miss Mochi, stop it. Stop it. Oh my god, she's a wrecker. She's a wrecker. Mochi, you and I are gonna have beef. Stop it. Leave Santa alone. He's done nothing to you. She's already pinged a present off the tree, but she's got beef with Santa down there. This one. I mean, fair point. These are our backup option. We thrifted these from Savers last Christmas, and I think they'll look really cute if the tree survives the mochi storm. Mr. Inky always fixing the problem. The vintage ones aren't one long line, they're a loop. So we're trying to work out the best way to attach them to the tree, and I need to fix up the garland that I stole from multiple other trees because my little other ones didn't work. But it looks cute. From this angle, it looks cute.
Oh, Christmas tree, thy leaves are so unchanging. Oh, Christmas tree, thy leaves are so
I'm considering taking this off the shelf. This was like a cup stopper, like it was on a really weird mug. And it's cute. I might find a new home for it. But I'm thinking I might put our new little snowman here. He suits the vibe quite nicely, actually. And we do have a thing for snowmen in this house. I was just telling Hobbs off camera that we have like this guy, considering how hot it is here today, and I'm talking about snowman. But I think he looks really lovely in this little section. He's the right colorway. I think he will live there quite happily. This is the thrifted star, and we're thinking about having it up the side because the cord itself is quite short, and Hubs doesn't believe in extension cords for this Christmas decoration. But is it a vibe? Do you think? Or does it look silly? What do you think, Hubs? No, I can't go that low. How high can it go? How low can it go?
That's a high.
No. It has to either be there. I think the other side. You think facing
It
up.
doesn't reach.
Okay, so we're very limited. But look at the pretty lights, guys. Look at the vibes. They're probably illegal in Australia because incandescent lights are illegal in Australia. But it's okay. My vision is putting it up here in between the garland, but Hubs doesn't want to add an extension cord. So I gotta find a spot for it because it's too pretty not to be. Can't put it in the front window because Mochi will try and kill it. So it needs to go somewhere. And this has got like rainbow garland and stuff on it. So we'll work it out. But cute, right? I really wish I'd brought the second one, but that would have been nice. If we were to do the start, oh, Hubs has found information on the incandescent lights. Apparently they're okay until 2030, and then we can no longer have, I'm assuming this is incandescent. I feel like it is because it's a warm glow and they are very warm. I don't know where they're from. If we had gone and bought the other one, we could have had matching stars. We could have. Oh, the vibes. It would have been so cute. We'll work it out. But the tree that I decorated with you guys just then, I was just thinking everything except the tree is thrifted. The lights, the garland, the baubles, the presents, the whole thing is thrifted, and I feel like that's a win. Hubs has had a great idea. We bought this star to hold up our garland on our hutch, but the garland was too heavy and it kept falling. So we didn't get rid of it, but we stopped using it. And Hubs is like, well, let's just see if it'll fit. And it fits through this little, it's here. And now he's just trying to feed it through. What if we tried it on the side then? If we moved the star to the side so it's not covering up the cookie house.
Well, then this is a problem.
No, if we move the macaroon girl out of the way, we not rehome her, but we find her a new spot and we put it here instead. Is that easier for you, cord-wise?
It's done. Get out of the way.
Yeah. Abracadabra. Christmas magic. So cute. Hubs told me that I couldn't have the other star because it's too much. But I think this works. This works. I'm always trying to add more fairy lights to the home because we don't turn on the big lights in this house. But we will turn on Christmas fairy lights. we are back at the dining table, and today I'm going to talk about dated stuff. I have a love-hate relationship with dated planners and journals. I love the concept of them. I love the thought of having a whole year filled out that's been dated. But in the actual reality of it all, I can never keep up with it, and it just absolutely ruins me. And so I decided a couple of weeks ago, when thinking about what I wanted in the, like, what I wanted in 2026 was to rebuke the dates. I didn't want to be beholden to dates any longer because it was taking away my joy with this hobby. I don't want to call it a hobby because journaling to me is much more than a hobby. It is like hardwired into my DNA. But I'm just not very good when it comes to actual dated stuff. And I tried, I really did. At the start of the year, I had some inserts that were undated, blank, and then I would date them myself. And I couldn't even do that. I couldn't even keep up with it. I made them very cute. They're adorable. I still have one of the notebooks in here. Like I did 3, I did a monthly, a weekly, and then just a plain like notebook. And the only one that survived was the plain notebook. The other 2 are just packed away. I couldn't be bothered searching for wherever they've gone because I haven't seen them in eons. Then the lovely Erin from Erin's Ware sent me her Take a Note planner, which it was so magical. It felt like sisterhood of the traveling journal or the traveling planner because it was half filled out with her. She was having a hard time with it, and she's like, I'll send it to you and maybe that'll work for you. Because I had decided that I wasn't buying any new planners this year except my gratitude journal, which is the Owl Studio research project, I think it's called. That's the only journal I picked up new this year. And then I somehow fell into a Hobonichi rabbit hole when I was depressed and was online shopping to try and fill the void of darkness halfway through the year, like a spring start. And we'll chat. But like, I just could not get dated stuff to work. In the end, I pulled out this Lloydstrom 1917. That was my reading journal back in the day, and I'd only done, I want to say 4 to 5 pages or 4 to 5 spreads in it, and it was like nothing of any like substance, so I ripped them out. And I decided that I was going to use this notebook just as a running to-do list, because I was just having such a hard time with pre-dated stuff. Some days I have a lot of things to write down and some days I don't. And so I started doing this sort of thing. I was color coding. I don't think I was. I'm not quite sure. These are all like little quotes that I had written to myself. I've started using my mini date stamp from the stationery selection box. This thing is so good. I absolutely love it. It's one of my favorite items, one of my ride or dies, and we'll have to search for a new one when the dates run out on here. And so I just started experimenting with split pages and things like that. I started decorating because I fully believe that if something looks cute, you're going to want to use it more. And this is just how I have survived most of 2026, with just like a rolling to-do list and like ideas sections. I mean, it's not very well organized. If you are a person that wants everything in its own category, I am not the girly for you. I am a chaotic whirlwind, and I just like lists. I like making lists and I like ticking things off lists, and that's pretty much it. And that's just what I have come to use, and I've really enjoyed it. I don't have massive things that I need to plan well in advance. Like, that's just not how I roll. I do a lot of brainstorming and lists about certain topics, but you've seen me work in this spread in the last couple of days with the vlogs and everything as I do bits and pieces and check them off. I do need to decorate this spread. I'll probably do that tomorrow, ready for Monday. So we'll do that together tomorrow. We'll have a little play. I do semi pre-decorate beforehand. And this is working for me. So this will be what I take into 2026, because I don't have the need to buy another planner. This is doing everything that it needs to. I've got it in a old school Morgan Le Fay trinkets. This was like I bought it to match. I saw Mitts on My Life Mitts haul hers years ago. She used it and I absolutely loved it. And so I like how stiff this cover is. Like it's probably one of the only covers in my collection that are as like sturdy, and it works really well. So I've just put it onto the elastic in here. It probably could just be a standalone book, but I do love a good leather notebook, as you guys are well aware. And then this was just the book that I was making like big lists in, but as you can see, it didn't really go anywhere. I may come back to it next year, but I've just kept it in here because it's cute. Do the hard things, lots of decoration, do it yourself, make art, all my little creatures, monsters and stickers and stuff like that. And the other ones were very similar in vibe, but this is what I ended up with, just a plain Leuchtturm. I don't page number or anything. Actually, these are already page numbered, but I literally split it down the middle to use as much space as I can. And yeah, that is my planner. When we're talking about other dated things, I bought a 5-year last year to try and document my 40s. I am 41. I figured it out the other day. I kept saying I'm 42, but I'm actually 41. And I have so many, I really wanted to like document my 40s, and I didn't do anywhere near enough at all. Like you can see, it's basically empty. And I had said on my Patreon video that I'm just going to keep using it, and if I decide, like if the year goes past, say in 2029 here in like January 10th, I want to write something, I'm just going to cover up 2025 and type out 2029 and do it that way. I'm not going to be silly enough to repurchase this so that the dates align with the universe and the full moon cycles. I'm just going to use what I have. I'm just going to keep on trucking, and this will be something that I will use for eternity, because that's how long it'll take me to fill this whole thing up, because it is just so blank and I just don't want to spend the money. So we got 10 years married on the 12th of October last year. So there was that. Didn't document this year's anniversary. But anyway, I still want to use it and I still love it, but it definitely needs a whole lot of work, but it's okay. I'm not against using this. I'm just against repurchasing something else next year to align the dates. I'm not doing that. And that concept is being rolled over into these as well. So this is my Our Studio, and I've purchased this journal every year for 3 or 4 years, I think, and it is my gratitude journal. And the same concept is going to be happening in this journal, because I have got a whole heap of blank pages here and there. I'll show you the spreads first and then we'll talk a little bit more about it. I love the gratitude journal. Kind of like with my mood board, I am an inherently negative person. And so one way I was trying to combat that was to be grateful about the little things that we normally would take for granted. And I love this visual style of journaling that I do in my gratitude journal. I love it. I love the finished product. And that is why I kept repurchasing the journal. I've never actually properly finished an entire one. I've come close, but I never made it to the end. And I have so many blank pages in this one that I just decided that I was going to cover up the dates and just use it at will. So here's a blank page. I would just basically cover up the days and use it as just a plain old gratitude. And I'm gonna obviously date something if it's like, it'll be, January 2026 and I want to, document a week of gratitude. I would just cover it up. I'm not going to waste the journal. I'm not going to buy another one. because I have enough here that would definitely see me through to the end of next year. And all it will be is there'll be dates. I'll use my mini data. I'll have a way to denote that is not the current, wasn't the current week. It's like a time jump and be okay with it. And I think I just need to let go of the chronological aspect of it and just enjoy this journal for what it is, and that's a gratitude journal. I can be grateful anytime for anything, and I want to see a full journal filled, and I'm just not going to be beholden to dates. Like I was saying, I just can't do it. Like, I don't want to perpetually spend my money on journals that I half finish when there's no reason why I can't just keep using the same one and fill it up, and then I can think about doing it, because I have so many big gaps. 3 to 4 pages every week, every month, every month, not every week. 1, 2, 3. This is when we adopted Mochi. 4. So that's a whole month. This was the month we lost Raven, and I was absolutely beside myself, and oh, my heart was just broken. I cried every day. I still tear up and get emotional every time I talk about her. Like, she's left a huge ache in my chest. And especially since Mochi is such a completely different personality to her. And I am so used to Raven being a very cuddly, snuggly, in your arms kind of cat, whereas Mochi is the complete opposite. So it's been really rough emotionally to deal with that. When all I want is the comfort of my cat, and she's like, no thank you. But yeah, I just don't want to repurchase, because I've got a perfectly good journal sitting here. I just need to stamp the dates of the dates and be okay with it. There are no hard and fast rules in journaling. It's the only rules there are the ones that we put on ourselves, and I do not want to be beholden to the rules, because I have enough journal here to get me through another year in this style. My lovely Nan, I actually got, my auntie mailed me a set of my Nan's pearls, and it was like the best gift in the world. And this is also her watch, because I'd bought myself a strand of pearls because it was like a symbol of my Nan. My Nan is like one of my favorite people. I am who I am largely to her. My journaling, she was the one that gave me my first journal. She was the one that introduced me to reading, as passionate reading. Like, she was such a big reader, and she instilled that in us whenever we went for holidays. And like I said, my first journal was from her. Just my Nan is just one of my favorite people. And so I had bought my own set of pearls because of this photo. It's one of my favorite photos of her. And my auntie, I was talking to my auntie because I couldn't find this photo, and I said, do you have that shot of Nan? And then we got to talking, and I explained that I had bought a strand of pearls that were to remind me of her. And she said, I've got a secondary set here. I'm quite happy to mail them to you. And I was just so grateful. So now I have her watch and her pearls, and it just feels perfect. I love her. She's actually, where is that picture? Here. This is my granddad and my Nan when they were younger as well. My auntie found some lovely photos. But yeah, and in the clips that you saw before, the Frank Sinatra and the crooners is definitely an homage to my Nan as well. I almost bought a Connie Francis one too, because that was one of my Nan's favorites, but I'd already picked up so many Christmas albums that I put Connie back. So this is like half. This was our anniversary. I didn't get very far in this spread, but the rest is blank. So I think there is more than enough journal to continue journaling. I've always been like, oh, I'm going to catch up. No, I'm not, because I can't. I never do. But I don't want to abandon the gratitude journal, because I am deeply in love with how it visually looks. I don't do this sort of journaling in any of my other journals, and I like the practice of being grateful. So I just thought, I'm just gonna add dates to the pages that are not it. I'll just cover it up. I cover them up mostly anyway, so who's gonna know? Nobody. Why not? And I urge you to do the same. Let's rebuke the dates to an extent. I can understand how dates are super important, believe me, I do. But for something like this, for a gratitude journal, for me, I just want the journal to be full, and I don't want to spend the money on another one. In the same vein, here is my Hobonichi that I got in spring, and I absolutely love how the Hobonichi looks. It reminds me of my little pocket rocket that I have a video up on my channel about, the little tiny Nolty. And this was to be kind of the same. It was more about what the family did during the week and not about me, because my other journals are so heavily focused from my point of view, my day, my feelings, everything. And I wanted to have a space where a lot of it was centered more around what we did as a family, what the kids were doing, that sort of thing. Family, Elijah got like employee of the week, school photos, that sort of thing. So this was more about the family life as the Diaz's, and I love it. I just couldn't keep up with it because I want it to be a certain way, and so I think I might do the same. I might just cover up the dates and just document certain weeks in time. Oh my God, I remember the election. The guy was saying, just wait for the pre-polls. He was so in denial that Labor was winning. He just kept saying, just wait for the pre-polls. But there is so many gaps. So many gaps. Like, I like the thought of it. I love the thought of it. The vibes of a fully weekly, like, filled out chunky journal. I love it, but I just can't pull it off. I'm spreading myself so thin. I don't mind working in multiple journals. I actually prefer it, but I think for me, they need to be multiple undated, low stakes journals. So journaling in my Bowerbird book and my commonplace notebook, like there is no dates, but like there's nothing date related as these, so I can put it down and pick it up at whim, and that is my preferred journal. I think I am a whirlwind of thoughts and feelings, illustrations and memories, and a lot of those don't have dates attached to them. I live a very quiet, mundane life. I'm a mum. I have 2 almost adult children. Only recently have I been able to drive and take myself out places, so I stayed home a lot of the time, and my days were work related. They still are. There's no much difference. So it did feel almost redundant trying to have multiple journals dedicated to daily entries when my daily life was quite simple and quiet and how I like it. So I also have so much stationery in my life at the moment. I have so many inserts, unused inserts. The thought of purchasing more when I could probably open up a small stationery store on my own with the amount of notebooks that I have waiting in the wings to be used felt like a disservice to my family budget, if that makes sense. I am very, very happy with the notebooks and things that I have. Covers are a little bit different because they're something that I use constantly. I switch in and out of covers all the time, and they'll be with me forever. And if I find that I'm not reaching for a cover, I'm a-okay with selling it unless it's got a engraving or I've got a sentimental attachment to it. But for journals, I just don't think that I need to be buying more when I already have so many in my stash. And it's all about, like I said, keeping up with the Joneses. I can't do it. I've got too much, and I'm okay with journaling the way that I journal in all my different books, but I just don't think I am a dated journal girl. I'm not a dated planner girl. I'm not a dated journal girl. I'm just a simple girl. Does that make sense, guys? Because I just feel like I find my stride creatively in the undatedness of notebooks, in the blank and the beautiful. Like, this is where I love to live. And I am such a inherent daydreamer, and I'm always musing about like internal things. That's what most of my journaling is about. It's my internal monologue. It's not really about like, oh, today I did this and this and this today. Mine is normally just me daydreaming about things, hypothesizing about things, thinking about quotes and books I've read and that sort of stuff. Most of it is just an internal monologue and less about things that I have done. That's where my journaling has always come from. It's very rarely about documenting. I mean, there's lots of photos and things in here about things that we've done, don't get me wrong, but a lot of the writing in general is just me daydreaming my life away, basically. So yeah, that is what I think I want. No, it is what I know I want next year. I don't want to be stressing about catching up. I don't want to be stressing about getting behind, and I don't want to be spending money on journals and planners that I know from experience that I'm not going to finish. And I don't want to have shelves and shelves of half finished planners and journals. Like, I don't want that for me or for my family once I'm gone. I want my books to be rich and thick and full, and I don't think anyone's going to look back through my journals and be like, oh, this is a 2025 planner and mum put in something from 2028. It doesn't make sense. No, like I mentioned in the video that I filmed for Patreon, I want them to have to sift through all my notebooks. I want them to have like a almost choose your own adventure experience when looking at my life. Like, I want it to be almost like Memento. Does anyone remember that movie? Am I showing my age with Memento and Guy Pearce? How you couldn't remember who he was, so he's trying to link it all together, kind of like a criminal. I don't know. That's the vibe I want for whoever gets my journals once I'm dead and gone. I want them to enjoy the haphazardness of life, because life isn't just chronological. It is full and rich and chaotic and messy, and I want my journals to reflect that. I just want them to be life. I want to breathe life into them, and I feel like the dates are choking the creativity out of me, and I don't want that anymore. So I just want to still be grateful, but do it in a very laid back approach. Document family life in my own little way, I think, and not worry too much about dates. I think that would be the vibe. And cover this 2025 up and just enjoy it for what it is. And keep on trucking with my my gridded notebook and be okay with the ever rolling to-do list. And that's kind of my vibe for going into next year. Just enjoy the notebooks as they are and not stress about always feeling behind. I don't want to feel behind anymore. I just want to enjoy the paper pleasures that all my journals have to offer, and not about whether I can keep up with some dates. Because at the end of the day, it's just ink on a page, and I don't want my life to be ruled by that. I want the ink that goes down on the pages to be my story, my family's history, my dreams, daydreams, and everything in between. And that's why I journal. That's why I am so passionate about journaling. And I think that dates steal that passion from me, because I always feel like I'm doing it wrong, and I don't want to do that anymore. So that is my take on the dreaded dated journals and what I am doing in 2026. I am rebuking the dates and embracing the chaos. All right. We will see what happens next in the vlog. I have no idea. It's very hot, as it was yesterday. It was hotter today than it is yesterday. We've done lots and lots of laundry because it's been so hot. So we've done all our towels, our bedding, all that stuff that takes a million years to dry. It is drying in an hour. So bless that. and we've been out thrifting early in the morning, which you guys have seen, but I think it's just going to be a really easy, cozy evening in. We're just doing some housework and tidying up. The weekends will always be very low-key in this house because Hubs and I are so tired that we just are spending time making our little house as cozy as possible. But I like giving you the little top-down desk formal chat in the vlogs, and they seem to be people's favorite part of the vlogs, I think when I talk about journals, because I am, like I said, obsessed about journaling. Like, I think about it so often. My commonplace notebook is literally all about journaling and note-taking and notebooks, and my writing book is all about journals and notebooks and all that jazz, like literally. And then Nin sitting with all her journals in a bank vault. I just love it. Taylor Swift always writing in notebooks. I saved a heap of pictures of Taylor Swift writing in journals. Like, it just makes me happy. Just makes me happy. I don't know. I could talk about journals all day long. So I hope that you're here for it. All right. Talk soon. Hubby wants to start a coffee journal. Like he wants us to start a coffee journal. So I think I might use my OG brown passport for that endeavor. It's like, except that's not my brown passport. Where's my brown passport? Oh my goodness. Okay, I need to use both hands. Be right back. These are the two contenders. I'll go and ask him which one he wants to use. Your choices. Ignore the fact that they've got inserts in them. Don't let that sway you. But there are two covers.
This one.
That one?
Yep.
This one is 14 years old. It is my OG passport. Can't see, but it's just some Midori branding on the background before they became Travelers Company. But I think we might steal the charm, because that's the coffee. Yeah. Okay. The charm came from Mitz. Was a giftie. And yeah, we're making a coffee journal because we brew our own coffee with beans, and we are starting to not know which ones we like and which ones we don't, and a rating. So we decided that it was time to start a coffee journal so we could track it and find the perfect beans. We had some beans that we loved, but DC Coffee discontinued our favorite blend, and we've yet to find something that measures up to the blend we used to love. So that's what we'll do.
Yesterday there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane.
Bought this coffee back from Japan as a gift. I think she bought it from one of the Travelers Factory ones, maybe the one in Neku Meguro, I think. So it's only a little bag, and we've got a tiny amount of beans left in our machine, so I'm just going to dump these in. And I really want them to be tasty, but at the same time I don't, because I won't be able to get them again. So I think they'll just be a really nice special treat for the Christmas season. So I'm going to make some cappuccinos and have a cozy rest of the evening. I'm going to peel this sticker off and put it aside with the little passport size so that we can start the rating. Even though we won't be able to get it again, it's still part of our coffee journey.